got some Kaiser planets in the NFT mix here to get us started. Once you're here, comment in the chat and we'll get rolling. Got that music maybe just a little bit. What up, Record Shop? See that we're gone live. I'm just gonna double check. All right, looks like everything is good to go. So I'm just gonna pause that so I don't get a million times feedback. All right, so welcome. We are here today to talk about Rcrdshp. This is a welcome video. If you are new to Rcrdshp and you want to learn a little more, this is the place to be. While you're coming in, hit up this chat. I'd love to see who's watching. And I'm just excited to get rolling. So while we're waiting for some people to join us, I don't really want to get rolling into this until we've got some viewers. So let's see who we got coming on. Seeing notifications come through. Check how it all looks. Hey, if you are here, comment in the chat. I would love to know where everybody's coming in from. Personally, I'm actually located in Canada. I'm just a few hours away from Toronto. If you're here, I would love to know where you're coming in from. And I'm just going to check that everything still looks good. All right, so who do we got with us today? All right, well, I'll start with a little bit of an introduction of who I am. So my name is Redbird. My parents call me Lisa. I was a user from day one of Rcrdshp and kind of just fell in love with the concept and how I truly did think that Rcrdshp was going to change how we interacted with artists, how we consume music, and it really excited me. The thing that I think we all know that platforms like Spotify, YouTube, it really only gives back to artists who are at the highest levels. And something like Rcrdshp can really reward artists who have fan connections more directly. So I'm really excited. So I was a user from August until about November when I became a staff member. I kind of fell in love with the platform. I'll talk about the way that I got into actually working here a little bit later. I'll show off what we did. I'm like a super Excel nerd. So I created a spreadsheet to help track my collectibles, and I got the community to help to create that spreadsheet even more. And sorry, my sound's here. So I got super excited about the project and then reached out to some of the employees and actually got hired. And now this is what I do. I do Twitch. So would love to know also your stories if you're watching. I see we've got a few people on. Would love to know how you got connected to Rcrdshp, because I think it's really helpful for me as I'm showing you around the site to know how you like to use it. And yeah, that would be really helpful for me. So as we're going, ask your questions in the chat. If I know I'm going to answer that throughout my demo, I'm just going to skip over your question because I know I'll be answering it. And then any other good questions that pop up that I don't have plans to answer, I'll make sure to answer. And this is our very first time doing this sort of welcome to Rcrdshp type demo. So please feel free to provide feedback. We would love to make this a very welcoming tool for our new users. So I'm going to hop over and start sharing my screen now. So here it's just the homepage of Rcrdshp. I'm sure y'all are familiar. I'm going to go through and actually start with my collections. I'm hoping that everybody watching has at least a couple items in their collection. And I'm going to show you two different accounts as I go through this. One is my personal account that I have had since I was a user since August. And then another one is my employee account. I'm just going to show you different ones because I have more collectibles in my personal account than I do in my employee account. But then my personal account has my personal information. I don't really want to show you that. So let's get started with my collection. So here it's really the basics of a collection. Let's talk about actually some of these collectibles. We just had a few drops in the past few weeks, and I have some new collectibles from those. So these ones are from the Scum Frog drop, and then these ones are from the Fat Rat drop, and then just some from our regular Rcrdshp drops. So let's talk a little bit about the concept of a digital collectible first and foremost, and what you might see on your collectible. So this is a collectible. It's a nice little card. It has these different faces, is what we call them. So it's the front of the face, that's the back if you hover over. As you click through, you're going to see different content. It really depends on the collectible itself, what you might see. So for this one here, it explains a little bit about Annika. Talks about like, what is this image that we're looking at? This one even has a little video. I'm going to mute it just so it doesn't take over my voice. For any of you who didn't catch our Scum Frog Twitch show, I really recommend going back and watching it. He created a film. He has some collaborators, and Annika was one of them. And she has some beautiful work that she does with paint, and just honestly beautiful. So I was super happy to get this collectible because it was somebody that I had just met. So I'm going to go and look at a collectible now that has some music to it. I think chapter 1 has a track on it. So this is a different example. This is from our Fat Rat drop. And here I can see actually there's a track. And that's what I was just playing when you came into the Twitch stream right at the beginning. So we've got tracks here, and it will start playing in the player. So I've got it on super quiet. You probably can't really hear it right now. So I'll just pause it so it doesn't mess with my sound, with my mic sound. And again, with our Fat Rat drops, it's got so much beautiful content. We're trying to learn more about the lore too, so hang tight for that. So these are the types of collectibles you can see. So we've got artist cards. Ryan was an artist in the Scum Frog drop. We've got release tracks, which is that example hiding in the blue. We have artifacts. DJ Mixer is an artifact. So I'll get into talking a little bit about those later on. And we have moment cards as well. So premiering a specific moment. And they all just contain different content. So super, super cool. This is what you can kind of expect to see with your collectibles. Next, I'm going to hop over back to my collection. I'm going to talk next about sets. So all of our collectibles every single collectible belongs to a set. Oh, a little slow in loading today. So you have lots and lots of sets. So for me, I own over 500 collectibles. I have 65 sets. So let's come in and look at some of these. So let's look at Bar 25. So Bar 25 is a label that is partnered with Rcrdshp. And I can see that personally in my collection, I own 3 Bar 25 label cards or collectibles. And I have 3 of the Organism, who is an artist. And then there's actually 2 more that I don't own yet. So I can see them here, but I can't actually see all of the content. So remember before how you could see all that content. If there was a track, it would be listed there. So I can't see that. I can purchase it to add it to my collection. I'll kind of show that off a little bit later. But I'm going to go back to my collection and show you packs finally. So some of you, if you are new to the site, this might be what you kind of have access to right now, just your pack, and it's unopened and you don't know what to do. So personally for me, I don't have any unopened packs. I really love to open them and see what's inside. Every time there's a drop, and I'll talk about drops in a little bit, it's really, really exciting. You're getting all this new content. All of our packs are completely randomized. that hasn't always been the case. If you're interested in buying some of our earlier generation packs, they weren't completely randomized from a serial number perspective, but I'll talk about serial numbers in a sec. So I can see kind of what was in my pack. I can click and come to one of my collectibles. So while I'm on this card, actually, let's talk about serial numbers. So I see a few numbers here. So serial 530. So this is the collectible that I own. I own number 530, and there was 1,200 cards minted. And the word minted just means created as part of this drop. That's serial numbers. Serial numbers, do they have utility on the site? That's a great question. It really depends on how you're going to be using the site and how you want to play the site. So I'll talk about some of the challenges that we've had in a little bit, but we have used low serial numbers. We've used high serial numbers for challenges. And also some collectors just really like to have a low serial. They like to have number one of 1,244, or they want to have number 1,244. And sometimes we call that a perfect serial. This is really sweet. This is such a cool one. So I can see I've got the actual lockdown track, and I've got a whole bunch of extra mixes. Just the stems of the mixes. So that's really cool. What else do I want to talk about? That's it for my collection. Next, let's talk about drops. So this is probably the easiest way to add to your collection. We do have one drop that's in pre-sale right now. I actually don't own a wristband for the Fat Rat Drop 2, so I can't show you what this process looks like. Try again soon, patience. So in 3 days, though, I can come and actually purchase a Fat Rat drop, which I'm totally going to do. I really want one of these packs. I bought some of the packs from the first Fat Rat drop, so I'm going to try to buy one from every drop because I just think his content is it's so beautiful. It's so cool. So really recommend checking that out. The sales process is really easy. One thing I've always really liked about Rcrdshp as a user is that we accept credit card payment, and so which is really different in the NFT world. Most NFT sites, you need to have a crypto, you need to have a wallet of some kind. I've always I think that just says a lot about how Rcrdshp really puts its users first, and they're just making it easy to do something like buy a pack. All right, so next up, I'm going to talk about challenges. So we don't have any challenges active right now, but you can come and check out some of our previous challenges. So I think our challenges are a really cool way to learn about what Rcrdshp has in store, what's coming kind of in the future. If you look at the past and what we've already done as part of our challenges. So I'll just quickly look at 2 or 3 of them. But the Todd Terry challenge was our very first challenge. Let me open this guy up to show you. This was a pretty straightforward challenge. You collected all 6 from the Todd Terry set, from that What the House pack drop. You just had to hold on to all 6 until the timer ran out. Then we took a screenshot of your account, and if you had all 6, we airdropped another collectible into your account that was a rare card. And I actually was still a user when this challenge was running, so I got the rare card. It is a great, great remix of This Is America that Todd Terry did. Super, super fun. That was a super simple challenge. Now we'll look at the Berlin Part 1 challenge. It was a little bit more complicated. Whoops, sorry, just trying to get to that link there. So this is what we call a social challenge. So it required you to connect your social accounts, your Twitter, and it required you to actually tweet a photo of what was in your hand. I'll talk about both those things in a little bit. And what this was really fun, so you got to show off your collectibles to your friends on Twitter. We were checking to see that you actually did that. You had to own the Tube and Burger card. And then we had a special serial number part of the challenge where we were going to, the reward for this challenge was a Berlin card, so a Dance City capital. And instead of just airdropping them randomly, which is what we did for the Todd Terry challenge, so any user would get This Is America track number 1, number 2, number 3. It was completely randomized. What we did with the Berlin Challenge Part 1, we actually based what card number you got based on how low your cereals were in your hand. So that was really, really fun because it was combining. You had to have 4 cards in your hand. I think the lowest person had like a cereal sum of like 6. It was crazy. So we have a lot of fun with these challenges. We've also had 2 mythical level challenges, which are so crazy cool. And I think we really need to just stop and talk about these. So this Berlin Part 2, as well as the Solar Stone Challenge, the reward wasn't just another collectible. It was actually a trip. So for the Berlin Challenge, it was a trip to Height in Berlin, all expenses paid. We were going to fly the winner out to Berlin to party at Height. So exciting. And the challenge had to do again with, well, actually, this one didn't have to do with cereals. This had to do with burning, which I will talk about in a bit. But it was the number of coins that a user had burned. And the winner, Nighthawk, burned so many coins and he had added so many to his balance, which we will talk about in a little bit. So he will be going to Berlin. And then we had one more challenge, a Solar Stone, which was taking them to Utrecht at the A State of Trance. ASOT stands for A State of Trance 1000. So we had one winner for that, and then another 99 winners are getting a special airdrop prize too. So super, super cool. Keep an eye out when we do announce challenges. Sometimes they are really easy to compete in and you get a really cool reward. So definitely check those out. Okay, next I'm going to hop over to my Rcrdshp account. So I'm going to go to my work account. So there's a profile page. I'm not going to show you that just because it has my email on it. It has some basic profile information. You're not able to, if you do want to edit your username, just submit a ticket to our support team. We just kind of lock that down so that people can't kind of mess with the system too much. Next, I do want to show you the social accounts because this is going to be a big component of our challenges going forward. So all of these are super simple to do. I think I have connected my Twitter before. It's not going to work because I have my Twitter account connected to my personal account, but it's really easy to do. I really recommend connecting your Discord and connecting your Twitter. We're going to have a lot of challenges in the future where it requires you to have your Twitter account connected. Your Discord, I'll show you a really great artifact coming up that having your Discord connected actually really helps and it unlocks special rooms in Discord. And what else do I want to show you here? There's a balance section. I actually might show you this in my personal account because I do actually have a balance from when I was a user. And you can create payment codes once you have a balance, which allows you to, instead of when you go through the purchase flow, instead of using a credit card, you can actually use this payment code. So it's super, just a faster way. I can generate a code. Say I know the packs that are dropping are $10 each, and I create a payment code for $100. Then that means as the pack drop is happening, I can kind of use that code and just knock money off of that. And it saves my credit card from potentially flagging Rcrdshp as a weird, like you might have something weird going on in your credit card, which has personally happened to me. And then finally, verification. You might hear about this on Discord or in other NFT projects as KYC, and KYC stands for Know Your Customer. And this is really important because we are dealing with your money. We want to make sure that we know who you are. And yeah, it's actually really important. I haven't done it yet because it does require you to actually show a piece of ID to the camera. So definitely recommend doing this as soon as you can. This will enable you to thanks Midwest. But this will eventually enable you to withdraw. Right now, we do not offer withdrawals of your account balance. That is coming soon. This was the first step that we needed to implement. But anyway, I'm going to go back. Actually, I'm going to flip over to my other account now. Here we go. Great. Next up, I'm going to head over to the market. So if you haven't purchased any cards or packs through the drops, but you still want to add to your collection, or maybe you've opened a pack, you've seen a set, and you really want to buy one of those cards, the market is the place to do it. So it's super simple. If I do want to come in, and let's say I want to buy that Todd Terry, This Is America. Voila. So here it'll come right on the marketplace, super simple. This gives you kind of an idea of what the prices are at. It's really, really simple to see. So if I want kind of a lower serial number, so like, why would you ever buy something that is higher than that low price? Kind of as we were talking, people really like low serials. Sometimes that helps with challenges, sometimes it doesn't. So that might be a reason somebody might want to buy number 19 and spend a little more money than the floor price. And the lowest price on Rcrdshp, we call it floor price. Awesome. I think this is, one other thing actually I wanted to say about collectibles. I'm just going to pick run-in since it's right here. When you do go to buy one, what you'll actually see, actually I'll go to my collection, I'll list one for sale because that'll actually show you what I wanted to demonstrate. So this lifeblood, let's say I want to sell a collectible. Maybe I have 2 of these cards and I don't want 2. So one thing I'm going to do before I go and actually hit to decide what price I'm going to place it at, I'm going to come and I'm just going to take a look at what it's going for in the marketplace, just to make sure that either maybe I don't want to sell it at the lowest price, but I have a personal floor that I want to sell it at. Maybe it's I'll say $10 just to kind of make our math easier. So, I don't want to sell it for less than $10. So that's the price I'm going to put it at. I can also kind of come here and look how many are being held. So that means in someone's collection, how many are for sale. So there's 24 and there's the 24 listed right there. 55 haven't even been opened yet. They're still sealed in a pack and 0 have been burned. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I can see the current floor. I can buy it right there in that one. I can see the highest sale ever as well. So I'm going to list it for $10. Be very careful when you're typing these in. Make sure that this is for sure the price. Verify. We've had a user sell things at the wrong price before because they thought they put in $100, but they really only put in $1. So just be really careful. But I do want to show you here that there is actually a commission. And what that commission is that it's fees that Rcrdshp for all that we do for hosting. And then it's also kickbacks to the artist. So really important that we do take that 12.5%, and it comes from the seller's end, not from the buyer's end. So if you list it for $10, that's what it'll sell for. But I'm only going to be taking home $8.75 because that extra $1.25 is going towards fees and towards artists. So that's really important. Also on packs, I wish I had an unopened pack so I could show you because the cut is actually different. We actually take 25% because in those packs, we have more artists that we need to split those fees throughout. So we need to take a little bit more. So really important for you to note that and to understand why we're taking those fees. So once you start to sell collectibles, you will start to accrue account balance. So let me just open up my account balance. Again, there's some personal information, so I didn't want to have that on the stream. So here we go. So again, this is from when I've been a user for a long time. You saw my collection was over 500. I've sold over 100 collectibles because I've had duplicates. This is the current account balance that I personally have. So you can see I've sold 123 collectibles. This will be important in a few moments as I show you how you can use your account balance to make more purchases without having to use your credit card. All right, so next I'm going to hop over to analytics. So this is a really great place that you can come and just kind of get a bird's eye view of what's going on the site. So I can see here collectibles. You can also sort any of these columns just by tapping on the name here of the column. So you can see what card set they're in, what their type is, which has been important for some of our challenges. That Berlin one where you had to have 4 cards in your hand, we required that you had certain types of cards in your hand. So this is a great way to check it. You can come and see when it was first minted. So you can come, sort these. And now I can see everything that was minted in August and that first ever drop. You can see how many coins everything is worth. And I'll talk about coins in a little bit. I didn't even know that this column was there. How many tracks are on that card? Remember the minted. So you can see how many were minted. And the current floor price and the total sales of that card. So really nice. I'm actually going to show you one of our artifacts that can give you even more data. And to do that, I'm going to go to my collection. So there's this really cool card called Extraordinary Insights. So I don't know if you've noticed, but over here in my hand, I'm going to minimize this, but over here in my hand, I've got actually some cards in my hand. So this section is called your hand. To bring a card into your hand, you simply click drag. If you don't want it in your hand anymore, hold down the shift key and click and it'll fly out of your hand. On mobile, I think you need to be in your collection and you need to kind of like drag it back into its spot. Anyway, super simple. So I'm going to leave that in my hand because this opens up actually more data on the analytics page. Well, bam. So you can see, I'm not going to go through every column again, but you can see that it just added some extra sales data. How many are being held, open, listed, burned. So extra data, super fun. I really love this card. This was airdropped to OGAF set holders, which I will maybe talk about in a little bit. Yes, I will. I'll make sure to talk about that when we talk about OGAF Club. So super cool. One other place that it gives you some really neat data is if you come to one of these cards. So when I click the floor, it just took me to that floor priced card. So here, it'll sometimes give you extra data if you've purchased the card. So actually, let me go to my collection. I'll show you one card that I know I've purchased. I purchased Tubenberger. If we scroll down to this section, so this is the new section that is unlocked with the Extraordinary Insights. You can see the sales history, basically, of this particular card. So I bought it when it was 1950. Cool. So I'm going to go back now to, I want to show you Secret Handshake. So I'm not going to buy a card right now live, but let's say I was feeling really wild and wanted to buy this Tribal Trap card. Remember how I have account balance? Yes, this is live, Ted Master. So remember how I said I had an account balance? So instead of, if I click buy right now, I'd have to go through and use my credit card. I could also I could generate a code and sell it that way. But what I'm going to do, I've got Secret Handshake in hand here. And there's this little icon that appears now. And I can just hold it down. And I'm going to stop it before it happens. But those things happening there, that is actually like the transaction happening in process. So, hey, Ted Master. So, yeah, it's a really nice way that you can kind of back end once you build up some account balance and you want to spend that back on the site. Definitely try to get your hands on a Secret Handshake card. Note that there's also a Secret Handshake card with a K, where secret is spelled with a K. That one has a chance of burning the card. So let's talk about burning now. I'm going to have to go to something in my collection. I am not going to burn something. I'll just, again, let go before it goes. So you'll see now here, I've got this little icon right below the card. And it's because I've got the lighter in my hand. And there's 3 cards that you can use to burn cards. It is lighter. There's actually 2 lighters. One is called Jacob Hagloff and one is called Rcrdshp. I think it's just the Rcrdshp general ones. Sorry, I'm blanking on it. And then the last one is a matchbook, and that's a Lara matchbook. Again, I'm not going to hold it all the way down, but it would burn this card. It would literally burn it. And what burning does, it destroys it. Like it's gone. It dies. No longer exists. I've done it on one card, and we have a burning tutorial, and that's the card that I did it on. So in real life, I burned a card, and what that does is that it gives me a coin. So I own 1 coin. We have some users who have thousands of coins. And right now, we don't have utility for the coins, but Rcrdshp has this game plan that includes games. So it's going to be gamified. Coins are going to play a huge part once we do get into gaming. Um, we haven't really talked too much about what that's going to look like with our users. So there's a lot of speculation. So keep an eye on that. That is sort of the big thing that you would look at when you're talking about burning and why you would burn. And let me show you. So here's where you can see where the coins are. So for this Arcadium wristband, it has 1 coin. Let me go to my collection and show you some stuff that has more. So here, Ryan, I can see he has 5. Let me make it bigger. And some cards have 10. Some cards have even more. I think I have Berlin. Ooh, I need to spell it right. Berlin. Berlin has 100. So I think right now 100 is our highest coin count, although we do have legendary or mythical cards that are coming out with like 500 or 1,000. Will we be able to sell coins? I don't know, J-Bone. That's a great, great question. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But if you are looking to make coins, one thing you should really think about is using the analytics page to determine kind of how, like, just for yourself, how you're not going to spend too much money on getting coins. Filter by coins. So we've got some cards that it would be cheaper for you technically to burn Berlin than it would be to burn Los Angeles. So just some things to keep in mind. But then if you ever did want to buy Berlin back, anyway, you just got to think about it. Hi, A-Locked. Okay, so let me look at my list and what I want to do next. All right, I think the last thing I want to do on the site, let me just think through everything. Yeah, the last thing I want to do on the site is show you this Walkie Talkie card. So this is the last one I have in my hand. This is the other card that has utility right now. And the reason I saved this one for last is because the utility is actually not on the Rcrdshp site that it opens up. It actually opens up utility in Discord. So if you are familiar with Discord, this is our main way to connect with our users, other than Twitch here. So come on here, come chat with us. We've got the general chat. I'm seeing more rooms than you see because I work here, but we've got our general chat. This is a great place to come chat with us. If you have any questions for us, we've got a new questions for staff channel. If you have suggestions for Rcrdshp, put your suggestions in this section. Our team does actually read through this and listen to your suggestions. So definitely pop that in there. We've got a support channel, although most of the time we're going to ask you to submit a support ticket because that really helps us track, make sure that we're getting back to you in a timely fashion. So support tickets, I can see actually Angelica is talking to someone and just posted that link there. And we've got FAQ, some really good answers to things there, and then resources from the community. We have like lots of community members who have provided resources that kind of extend beyond what is already offered on the website. So anyway, back to Walkie Talkie. The reason you want Walkie Talkie in your hand is because it unlocks Get It Real Time as long as you also have your Discord account connected. So remember the social accounts. And it is a complete listing of the marketplace and what's going on in there. So this is really essential for Nighthawk's win when he was in the Berlin challenge and he was burning cards, because he went back and he looked at the next few people right behind him on the leaderboard. He told us that he did this, truly. He went back and he looked at what they had bought recently and calculated the coins and made sure that he burned more coins than they owned. So that really helped him. So this is a really cool tool for you. And the Walkie Talkie card, I think, is pretty easily available. So definitely come in here, check it out. We're starting to do things too, like open up artist rooms. We do have some special artist rooms here with Fried Fam, Disco Fries, they really hit us up a lot. Kaiser, Tribal Trap. So you can really connect with artists on here. You can see here on the side too, we've got a whole bunch of artists who come in the chat every once in a while and they talk to us. So really fun. Definitely check this out. This is one of our official external resources. The next external resource I want to talk about is Medium. Medium is where we share article posts about Rcrdshp. We've got lots of different content. Sometimes it's content like what's actually in the drop. Hey, Fried Fam. So Andrew from our team posts those. Obi here, we can see end of November, he posted an article about burning. So super fun one to read, really recommend, because he really explains well why you would want to burn cards. And we're actually also publishing our white paper, sections of our white paper, and it's our vision for Rcrdshp, and it just explains kind of what Obi is thinking and where this is going to go. And for me, this is really personally, when I was still a user, it's what really helped me buy into Rcrdshp as a user and think about how this can change the world of music and how we listen to music and how we connect with artists. So super, super cool. Great reads. Definitely come check it out. And the last external resource I'm going to talk about is where you are today, Twitch. So please make sure that you follow us, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. We're really building out our Twitch content. That's exactly what my role is to come here and connect with all of y'all here on Twitch. The last few things I want to show you now are some of our unofficial resources. And I say unofficial because they're not created by Rcrdshp, but they're created by some of our users. So first I'm going to start with OGAF.club. So it's simply go to OGAF.club. And this gives you some information, and maybe I should explain what OGAF is first. So OGAF is a very loving term that we have called to some of our OGs. Your OGAF. I'm not going to read that one out or explain what that means. I think you have some imagination. But basically the OGAF, there are 7 cards that can give you OGAF status. And it is this beautiful OGAF set. You can come here. So OGAF Club was initially created only to track the OGAF set and to see what the floor price was. Hence why it was called OGAF. What that shows you. Sorry, I just read Ted Master's comment and it made me laugh. So I'm gonna just show it all to you. Yeah, I took that down like in literally 10 seconds and still half of Discord saw it. So sorry. This is why y'all got to be on our Discord, because it's some fun times. So some of the great things that come from being OGAF. Being OGAF was what got you the Extraordinary Insights card, airdropped to you for free. There's future potential offerings as well. And you get a purple party in Discord. So that is really fun. Your name will turn purple. We'll give you the little OGAF symbol. I know we're working to automate that. I'm not sure if it's been automated yet. And if it's not automated and you collect the whole set, let me show you what to do. Come to your sets, find the Rcrdshp. It is OG. And just grab a screenshot kind of this top section and post it in Discord. And then you'll have a purple party. It's kind of our favorite thing to do. So check that out. But I do want to talk about the rest of this website, because even though it was built to talk about specifically the OGAF set, it has so many resources. So cool. So you can come check out the OGAF history. This is from user named Marco. So he's done some really fantastic work here. So you can just kind of see, looks like it's never really fallen below 379. So that's cool. You can check out now, not just OGAF, but all packs. So remember earlier when I was talking about packs, so I think I think these seem to be in order from newest to oldest to newest. There we go. So this is the most recent one to be dropped on December 18th. So this is actually the first time we've had a pack that is being pre-released. So really cool. So you can come, you can kind of check out the stats, what that floor price is. You know, and when we were buying the Genesis one earlier, I did mention that they did not used to be randomized. I think they got randomized somewhere around Genesis base 2, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe someone in the comments can confirm that for me. Brain gets a little fuzzy once we get so many packs. Next up, all the collectibles. So you'll kind of actually see that a lot of what's been implemented on OGAF Club, we're kind of also taking onto the website. So I think that's something really cool to note, that as users are developing these external content to help us navigate the website, we're taking notice, we're taking these ideas. So it's really cool. So come check it out. It goes through everything. You know, if you want to come, I haven't actually looked at this one yet. Look what Marco did. Price per coin. So he really broke it down for you. So you don't even need to use the analytics page and like do math yourself. So we're really trying to make it easy on everyone. Out. Ted Master always makes fun of my accent, that I don't think I have an accent, but apparently I do. So, oh, cool. So this also shows you how many have been burned. So I'm sorry, I didn't, clearly I didn't come through and check out all of the updates that Marco's been working on. So clearly you need to keep an eye on this page, because I was on it just like, I swear, a week ago, and I feel like he's added way more stuff. So keep an eye on this if you are interested kind of in learning how to navigate the site more and what's interesting you. And the very last thing is like, so this is actually the spreadsheet that got me the job, I keep saying, at Rcrdshp. So this is just a really at a glance way to look at things. It also allows you to borrow. So Marco actually helped me develop this, but you can take Marco's page. So if you just come in here, come look at this cell here. This has got this import data formula. You can take that and put it in your own spreadsheets if you're tracking your own collectibles, which is what I did. And it allowed me to, actually, maybe I'll just show you mine. Personal collection. This is how I've always tracked my personal collection. So I've got all of my cards listed here. Whoop. And I've literally taken some of Marco's data and just kind of plugged it all in here. I have it all automated, so it does it all for me. One thing I like to do personally, I'll go look at what Marco's created. So it's got his, so it's importing from that spreadsheet. And if I want to buy some cards, if I'm feeling like it's a good day to buy some cards, you know, I'll come in and maybe I want to spend like $10 on a card. I'll just come see what's around that area. See if I want to just see like, okay, what sets am I close to being completed with? So I've already filtered out how many I own. And it's already listed by set. So I can see, okay, what the heck? I have a Lara card. Oh, it's doing something wonky here. So I could finish off this Fat Rat collection, or this Fat Rat set, really quickly. Oh, this transmission set for only $16, I could be done. So I love to do that. That's my like nerdy Excel stuff that I love. I'm going to open it up to the audience. I haven't seen many questions come in. Again, thinking of this as a resource video for our new users, I really do want to hear if you do have any recommendations of other things we should talk about, because I know we've got a couple of our long-term users that are watching right now. Or if you are a new user and you're still like, I'm not sure, I'm a little confused, please share your thoughts. I'm happy to review some things live. I know I've clearly planned out a lot of this content, but I'm happy to kind of just go off script and talk about some other things. I'm just looking over my list to make sure that I hit everything. I think so. Cool. Well, I'm not seeing any questions come in, so I'll give it another minute or two. But this was super fun, and I do want to do these more often. I think once we get into the new year, I'll probably do this once a week, and then I can update and just post the link as it's going. All good, Ted Master. Appreciate your comments. While you are thinking of any recommendations, I'm gonna look and see who we can raid after this. Ooh, I know who I want to raid. Thank you. I really love my studio. I've been putting a lot of effort into it, and Rcrdshp really hooked me up, so I look really nice. My new camera, my new mic. All right. Anything else? I think that might be it, fam. So thank you so much for joining. Any recommendations that you do have, hit me up on Discord because I will add it into the next time I do this stream. I have really enjoyed doing this. Really what I want to do in my role at Rcrdshp is help users like yourself be able to use the site to the best of your ability. So I totally take any recommendations with the caveat that I might not use them. So send me, shout me out on Discord, either in the general chat or hit me up in the DM. On weekends I might not answer you very quickly, but if you hit me up in the 9 to 5 Eastern time zone, I'm usually kind of right here. So, all right, I'm gonna hit up and read one of our other channels. I'm feeling Z0 and Pitch. They are super fun. Really recommend checking them out. See y'all later. Thanks, everyone. Oh, now we gotta wait 10 seconds. So now I'm just gonna make faces. Thanks again, everyone. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.